Welcome to your daily focus for June the 7th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. Now we'll turn to the cards, and we will see what they reveal about the energy that surrounds us and how to use it in a positive light going forward. The Strength card appears again. The Strength got popular overnight. It's tapping into your inner strength. It's realizing your empowerment, that you don't have to um, deceive or to lie or to show up somebody else or reveal somebody else's ugly secrets in order to look better next to them, or owning that certain thing that your neighbor has through jealousy, through I try to stay positive so much that it's hard for me to even say negative words, I guess. But you know what I mean. It's where we try and go forward in a sneaky way, in a conniving way, and trying to take a shortcut or riding on somebody else's fame or good fortune and not realizing our own empowerment. We can be, there's been a lot in the readings lately about self-doubt, of paying attention to when we are criticizing ourselves and to stop. We can be our own worst enemies. We can pick everybody else up. We can forgive everybody else. But when it comes to ourselves, we're not letting ourselves off lightly at all. And so we keep pounding at the negative instead of looking forward towards the positive that we can build on. And I think over the next several days, what we say, how we communicate, our self-expression is going to mingle in with the new moon energy and going towards success, planting those new seeds. So I think we have to be very careful of what we are saying, yes, outwardly to others, or how we are demonstrating who we are, self-expressing in some way, some form. And it's putting our best forward, whether or not anybody is watching. But most of all, to understand that you have that gift, you have that talent, you have that ability, that you are strong, that you are beautiful, that you are courageous, that you are magnificent in every way. So it's seeing your beauty. It's not allowing the self-doubt to come in, not allowing the negative comments to ourselves. I'm too clumsy, I'm too lazy. I keep putting that off. I'm not a very good friend. I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too broke. And when we're saying those things, we are actually inviting in more of that same energy. And so I get with this card, and especially with what's happening in the sky, we want to be positive, and we want to catch ourselves when we are telling ourselves something negative about ourselves. And you can look it up scientifically, it is proven. Our brains cannot tell reality from fiction. So when we say, I'm clumsy, trust me, you'll be clumsy. When you say, I'm always going to be broke, I bet you dimes for dollars you'll be broke the next day and the day after, because you are inviting that energy in. I'm so alone, nobody loves me. And Caroline Casey says, no, no, no. When you say that, what you want to do is say, I used to be that. I used to be in that environment. I used to think that way. But going forward, I'm thinking in a new direction, a new focus, a new way. So instead of nobody loves me, but not anymore. Going forward, that was the past. Going forward, people will embrace me, will love me, will respect me. I have that inside of me. That beauty, that love, that compassion. So where is it where you keep telling yourself that you're going to fail? You don't have what it takes. Because that, I think, is a lot of it today with the strength card is hearing that, being conscious of that, and taking it and changing it into a very powerful new seed to plant when that new moon comes. I'm moving in this direction. I'm changing my perception in this way. Four of Wands. This is the proposal card. This is the marriage card. But I get happiness, I get joy, and this might be a real challenge for us today. It is in the challenge position of feeling like you're connected, like you're wanted, you're needed, you're loved, you're welcomed, you're appreciated, you're trusted. It's going to feel hard to actually feel this celebration of who you are and where you're going. So it's okay. The energy is telling you. That's what the energy is going to do to you. But I think it's more so it points out to you in a very conscious level of where you actually pull the carpet from underneath your own feet or self-sabotage yourself in some way through your thoughts, through your feelings about you. You know, one of the comments for yesterday was, how do I go within? All you readers say, go within. And I've tried that meditation thing and it doesn't work. Well, going within is not meditation. I mean, you can get there through meditation. You can get there through prayer. You can get there through reflection. But just have a conversation with yourself about your truth. Years, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, I don't know. I just jumped into a car and I drove away. My family was in a position where I could just run, and I did. And I went on vacation all by myself for 2 weeks, and it took me like a week to figure out what kind of music I really liked, or was I listening to it because my parents listened to it, or my friends listened to it, or my children listened to it, or did I really gravitate to that music? And having that conversation with yourself. So get alone with yourself and reveal truths about yourself. Get to know you, your magic, your empowerment through what you like, what motivates you, what brings out the passion in you, the desire in you, the want in you. And so many of us run around trying to please everybody else, and we do wear a whole bunch of facades, don't we? Depending on who we are with and where we are, we become slightly different people to match the energy of the atmosphere of where we are. Now, who are you when you're all by yourself, when it's just you? How do you put that smile on your face? How do you brim with love and passion and joy? That's what going within means. Meeting yourself, or meeting parts of yourself that you boxed away because you're in a relationship, or your parents expected this out of you, or your siblings expected that, or you've got a good friend and their expectation is this. Three of Pentacles. It's hard work ahead. Make the plan. How are you going to navigate your path forward? What seeds are you going to plant? Where does there need to be closure or healing? completion in your life right now. We are in full moon energy. And maybe making the list of how to go forward brings out, or I think it's more of seeing where we allow our own self-doubt, or not being completely honest with who we truly are and what we love, to please others, to bring in the harmony within relationships. And it's not a bad thing to do that, so long as you know who you are at the end of the day. What kind of food do you like to eat? Would you like to walk through a greenhouse, a park, next to an ocean, down a busy sidewalk, through a mall, through a building site, through a car dealership, through an old railway station? Through a forest, down a lane. Maybe the path you would want to walk the most, you haven't even been there yet, but you can see it in your mind's eye. Make the plan for your future. What kind of travel do you want in your life? What kind of recognition or vocation do you want? What do you want to do? How do you want to change the world or your environment or you? Well, let's get an affirmation card, shall we? So be careful about the self-doubt today. Be careful about, pay attention to it. Understand that you have been telling yourself this and why. Maybe somebody once told you it was the truth about you and you just kind of believed them. Happens often when we're children. Happens often when we're adults. Our affirmation card for today is, oh, look at this, the Magician appears for our affirmation card. Wow, what exciting energy for us. When I am in alignment with Spirit's will, miracles are possible. When I see this card, I'm reminded that my will and skill alone will yield limited results. When I remember my partnership with Spirit, all is well. I'm required to explore my commitment to this co-creative relationship and see the results manifest beautifully. Through me, Spirit works magic. Through me, Spirit works magic. Through me, Spirit works magic. What a beautiful affirmation to say every time you think something negative about yourself. Through me, Spirit works magic. Now, in essence, you are the magic of the world. Start acting it. And let's get an animal card. Now, I put all the decks in the description box. So if you're ever wondering what deck I'm using, just look there, okay? I usually list them all. Sometimes I mess up, but most times I get it right. I just prove I'm human once in a while. Look who's back. The Bear, Awakening. We get the Magician. We get the Strength card as our first card. And then the Bear comes out to talk about our awakening. Uncertainty. And that's where the self-doubt can start, right? We're uncertain. We're not feeling as strong or confident or able to manifest the abundance we want in our life, whether that is a career or your finances or love or your spirituality or health and well-being. And you start to doubt yourself. Uncertainty, openness, awakening, negativity, and hibernation. When we fall asleep, we withdraw our awareness from its hypnotic fascination with the physical sensation, thereby enabling us to listen with our now awakened sixth sense. Bear reminds you that you've been hibernating and hiding from your passions and your own true self for far too long. Now is the time to open your mind, heart, and soul and see with all your senses, but most importantly with your sixth sense. Spend some time each morning journaling and listening to your heart. Release the fears and only hear the love and what you want out of that love. The fears only prevent you from crawling out of the cave, and they cause you to be grumpy and negative. Bear says, oh, I've lost it. Bear says it's your time of awakening. Maybe you have always wanted to write a book, pick up an instrument, learn how to knit. Maybe, just maybe, you have been afraid to sign up for a class because you have been caught within the web of fear for so long. You forgot how good it felt to stretch and feel the love that is around you and the love that you create from within. And you know, the numerology, I think today is the 6th, but yesterday we had June as the number 6, and it was the 6th, right? Today it adds up to 6, and that's the lovers. That's the commitment to love. Maybe love of another, maybe love of a thing, maybe love to yourself. Self-love. No matter what speaks to your soul, release the fear and allow Bear to stand beside you to assist you with your awakening. Don't allow your limited view to bring about fear, because you are on the verge of something great. And you are on the verge of something great. Push the fear aside and you will feel the awakening bubbling up within you. Bear may be telling you you need to get sound sleep, one that's undisturbed and restful. And once you awaken from that sleep, you will feel refreshed and ready to take on the world. Bears are resourceful before, during, or after their hibernation. Bear wants to teach you too, to be resourceful with your life. Are you purchasing too much food at the store that it's going unused? Or could it be that your closet is filled with clothes that you haven't worn in years? Bear says it's time to simplify. It's time to realize what the truest passions in your heart that are laying dormant, and how we might stop ourselves from going on the journey that brings out more joy and abundance and happiness than you ever imagined possible. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.